We are very much aware of this, the context upon which we do mission work here now. We know the grinding poverty. We know the helplessness of people. To be relevant in our ministry, we engage in things like advocacy work, community development activities work. It's good that there are agencies like the Anglican Board of Missions and several agencies helping out in these areas. Everyday life in the urban centers, I would say, especially in the market, it's a rat race. People are always busy in the marketplaces. But in general, in the rural areas, community life, it's actually rice field, house, rice field and house. That's the routine. Now it is farming time again, almost nearing the planting season of, again, we only have one crop here, palay.
Many people in the Philippines are subsistence farmers. Each day's meal will consist of what has been grown in the field. The amount of the crop that is left over can be sold to provide an income.
That's the nature of the life here in, especially in the along outlying and rural areas in this area.
Through the Episcopal Church in the Philippines, the Anglican Board of Mission has been able to work with struggling communities to put in place simple but effective agricultural technologies that improve crop production and reduce spoilage. This documentary shows how this transformation is occurring in one community where ABM's partners are working.
We talk a lot with people, so we learn how the community works. We know the lives. Francisca and Napolitano, they were the very generous family that we have in contact with.
I'm a housewife, and during school days, I am a daycare worker. My husband, he plant vegetables, kamuti, corn, then rice.
Here in Cagayan Valley, palay and corn is the major source of livelihood of the farmers.
Nung paminsan, dati kurang ti pang Pinas, awan ti usarin nga pagkuman, marigatan ti agkumkuman. Dati perming matutudo ni pinag-transfer ti maapit. Paninangidanon ijay ket na narigat no kati panagi girwar no permitted todo.
They need those projects because that's what they don't have. Their harvest, should be dried properly, should be harvested properly, should be stored properly. Those were the basic entitlements of the community that the government should be providing.
It's good because our crop is not being damaged. Sometimes before, when we don't have the solar dryer, sometimes our corn or our rice will tubo in Tagalog. Sprout, I think.
A lot of the produce were damaged. The yellow corn turned into black because it's not dried. Others also bring them to the national highway for drying, and which it can cost them a lot more. And sometimes the produce also, which were dried there and being stayed there overnight, are being taken by someone else. So it's not secured.
Those are the things that the buyers have. The drying facilities, the storage facilities, those are the buyers that they could provide. So the farmers are forced to sell their products even at low price because they don't have drying facilities or warehouse. So they sell it directly to the traders at very, very low price.
It's not enough for us to be purely spiritual. We need to accompany this with something that is concrete and tangible, if only to show the real love of God and the essence of the gospel.
These projects were funded by Anglican Board Mission of Australia, and this is called what we call the solar dryer or the pavement, in which we dry our corn and rice products from our fields. So after we dried it in 2 to 3 days time, we bring our products here to store. So this is what we call the warehouse.
For many struggling families, a food warehouse or bodega marks the beginning of a process of transformation. It means their communities can store larger and more valuable harvests and are better protected against events like flood and drought.
With that money, at least they have something to send their children to school. They can pay loans from cooperatives, and at least they have something in their pocket. A farmer can have an estimated increase in income of around 10 to 15% if dried, compared to when sold it wet, or when there is no drying facility, drying pavement and warehouse.
The only thing I can say is thank you very much for I'm happy. Thank you very much because you have chosen our poor barangay to give that project, the pavement and the bodega, because we really need it and it helped us a lot. So thank you. Hope you will not stop on this, but also help other barangays who need your help.
When I pray, personally, I pray God to just one thing, that I be able to do my job as a bishop. That's all. Every day when I wake up, that's all. That I may be saved from any false choices or erroneous action. That simply enable me to do what you want me to do. That's all.
Many peoples are being touched by this activity of Australians. So we hope we can have a lot more fellowship and friendship with them.
Would love to be included in your prayer cycle, for us to be able to endure the things we have to endure. We are not praying for comfort. We are not praying for anything else or favors, but simply remember us in our prayers. And with you in our mind, we shall be stronger.